Hi guys, sorry about the lighting. Just washed my hair and I decided I'm gonna try and do Bantu knots. Just cause I was told it was good through other hair vloggers that it's good to do it when your hair is already kind of wet a little, so then the curls can stick. Cause Bantu knots, when you take them out, they make really great curls, like fluffy ones. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna see if they're like better than flexi rod curls, because I like how flexi rods make curls, especially if you leave them in for a long period of time. So I'm gonna do these Bantu knots the way I saw in another tutorial. I'll link the tutorial in the description. I'll link the tutorial in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do Bantu knots, and yeah. So to do the Bantu knot, first I decided to figure out which way I wanted the curls to fall when the whole process was complete. So I got my big tooth comb to help part it to the left side, because I decided that's the side I wanted it to fall. But I'm kind of afraid of combs at the moment, of ripping my hair out and ruining all my progress. So I kind of like finger detangled a lot and tried to use my finger as a guiding concept or way to part my hair. But I wanted to also be easy and make sure I had a decent part that was defined. So I did end up using my big comb a bit when washing or when styling my hair. So once I thought my hair was parted enough or defined more to the left, I decided to start the knot. So I detangled, starting with the left side or left half or right half of my head. I decided to detangle a small section of hair, and I chose this section or this size of hair because I was going for not really big curls and not really tiny ones. So I guess I should say medium-sized curls. So I went with that size, and I just did a 2-strand twist, as I saw in the tutorial by Chime Edwards. The link for her tutorial is in the description below. But yeah, I basically did a 2-strand twist, and keep in mind, again, my hair is pretty wet because I had just finished washing it. So I did 2-strand twist, and then I made a little loop at the top like you are supposed to, and I wrapped the twist toward the bottom of the knot as I kept going around, and then I moved on to another small section. Also, what I found doing this, I should also mention again, this is my first time doing a Bantu knot ever in my life. What I found while doing this with my hair freshly washed, so that's still pretty wet, my hair is pretty tangly, or really tangly when I wet it, and although I did detangle before the whole washing process, it still gets pretty, it still tends to tangle a bit afterwards, especially when I put in my leave-in conditioner. So I was trying to be very mindful of that and just making sure I wasn't ripping my hair out. So if you have that problem and you're doing these knots on freshly washed hair, I would suggest being just very easy and delicate, as you always should when you're trying to retain length. But yeah, so I made another section, another piece of hair, did a 2-strand twist, and wrapped it around the little knot and made sure it was toward the bottom, and I secured these knots with bobby pins. So after the right side was pretty much done, I moved on to the left, and I again kind of guesstimated how much hair I would want to put in each knot to get the type of curl I wanted. And I just did the 2-strand twist, and after the twist was done, I also made sure to keep the tangling as I was going along very easily with my fingers. After the twist was done, I keep getting sidetracked. I did again the same motion, which is you make a little knot at the top and then you wrap it around, making sure every time you twist it around, the new twist around falls toward the bottom of the knot, if that makes sense. So I basically keep doing this for the rest of the left side of my head. Also, just wanted to throw out there that I'm really terrible at parting my own hair. I really need to get over my fear of the comb and learn how to part better and section better, but I'm really terrible at sectioning off my hair. I don't know why. It's pretty simple, but I am. So part of the reason, in case you don't know already, I call this a Bantu knot semi-fail. Part of the reason I consider this a semi-fail is because I didn't really take the time to section my hair properly. I got kind of lazy after washing it, and I was trying my best to stick to the method that I had saw in the tutorial beforehand, but I know I just started getting lazy. It was late at night and everything. So that's part of the reason why I think this was a fail. So I do highly suggest that even though I did kind of do right side then left side, you should try and do it in 4 sections so you can just keep better track of the knots and making sure everything's lining up so your curls look good. Another tip, which I think I mentioned it after this whole process is done, I think Bantu knots, I know you're supposed to do them on slightly damp hair or wet hair. I think for me it works best when my hair is already dry, and then I just moisturize it with my moisturizing lotion and do the knots, because I've been doing that a couple times this current week, and the knots have turned out a lot better, but I've also sectioned them off. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this until I finish off the left side.
Okay, so there you have it, you guys. It's not a great job, and it might be a terrible job. But I won't know until I take it out. But this is what it looks like. I always have these stray flyaways, these little short hairs in the front that always get left out. This time it was on the side, and then in the back, these back hairs always get left out as well. I have to figure out how to pull it together. I might just bobby pin those. Actually, I think I'm just gonna bobby pin it up. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now. These are how my Bantu knots came out. I'll show you what it looks like all dried up in the morning, and then we can have a reveal and see how the curls look. So yeah, bye for now, till tomorrow. So yeah, next time you see me, I'm gonna be wearing Bantu knots in the morning that are dry, and then it'll be curly. Hi guys, so it's the next day. Sorry about the lighting again for the video. I just need to work on lighting. Oh, so annoying. Anyways, I'm going to take off this scarf because I've been sleeping in the knots overnight, and it's I finished doing the knots around 11 p.m. the night before, and now it's like 3 p.m. the next day, so it's been well enough time for the knots to set in. So I'm going to take off the scarf, take out the knots, and we're going to see if this came out okay, if I did well. So we'll see.
So it's time to take off that scarf and get these curls flowing. So I take out the scarf and I'm taking out the knots and just twisting it very easy. And what I'm noticing right off the bat is that my hair still feels relatively damp, which is poo-poo when you're trying to do these knots, because the point of it being damp, at least I think, I'm no hair genius, but the point of it being damp and setting and those twisting it is so the twist can easily hold in your hair, and then when it dries, it's like you're training your hair to set that way, so when it dries and you take it out, it's going to hold what you did the night before. It's like molding it. So I noticed my hair is still relatively damp, which is like not leaving for very springy curls in the slightest. So I'm just going to continue taking out the knots and untwisting and trying to play around with it.
So this is what it looks like right now. I'm not too excited about how it turned out, but there's still some time for me to play around with it. So since the lighting isn't great and this isn't really a mirror I'm looking into, it's a camera, I'll be back after I play around with it a bit and see if I can make this work. So you guys, the Bantu knot out was kind of a fail this time. Part of the reason why I think it was a fail is because, one, my hair was a little too wet when I did the knots. I remember in tutorials I've seen, a lot of people say you should do it on a little bit damp hair. And considering I washed my hair last night, and it didn't dry that much before I actually started doing the knots, I think that's part of the reason why it failed, because a lot of the pieces came out looking a little bit limp and not so curly, so that was one womp. So that's sad. And yeah, also I should have sectioned it better and just had more control. Like, I should have actually took more time to like create. I'm gonna do 4 or 5 knots on this side, 5 knots on that side, sort of thing. Yeah, that's how it turned out. This is the hairstyle I decided to do with it. Because a lot of the ends also, if you can tell, they didn't really curl. They just look like straight ends. So, I mean, that's not cute. And this is how much hair came out. This is how much hair came out from the whole hair washing process. If you can see, it's what it looks like. I mean, I tried to capture every hair that fell from my head. I don't think that's a lot, but I don't know. I also noticed when I was detangling my knots, my curls, that I did have some extra hair shedding out. So that might have been because of the way it was knotted / detangled. But yeah, it's all a process, it's all learning, and this is what it looked like. Hope you guys learned some stuff as well, but you can always salvage a hairstyle to some respect, I feel. You can put something together last minute. I don't think this looks bad. And once my hair dries, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna figure out some cool stuff to do. Because, you know, braids are good. I love protective styles, but I want to try and do some more cool things, you know.